And if I make a copy out of the slanted column in this way, without sketching anything, like this, as the column is unjoined, here we got this style of slanted angle drive-in, in which you can place it based on the angle. So I select it again here in move topic grids. So let me delete these items, move topic grids and move base with grids. This is used when you have placed the top and the base part of your slanted columns on intersections of the grids, or your column is placed between the grids. For example, something like this, consider this. So right now if I move the grid, the base part will be moved to, and if I move this one, the top part will be moved to. Very well. Minus 4,000 in this way, or 4,000. Very well in this way, since I have sketched in north elevation. So with these two items you can check to move the top or bottom parts of the column with grids or not. Or for example, I can move the base part of the column. Check this out. In this way, I select it, and then here in properties, if I uncheck top, move top with grids, here the grid is unjoined with the top part. Or if I check it again, I move it, check this out, they are joined. So we are done with them, and the next, which is cross-section rotation, which is related to the rotation of the sections. For example, let me show you the section in 3D. As you can see, look at this section. I want to rotate this. You can select your column, no matter slanted or vertical, and then specify your angle, degree. For example, 45 degrees or 0 in this way. Note that you don't have the options of move top and move base with grids in vertical columns, but you got only the option of move with grids, by which you can choose to move your columns or not. For example, I select the vertical column, I remove the tag, I specify the type, and for example here I place the column in this way. I select the column and then move with grids, by which you can choose to move the column when an intersecting grid is moved. Actually, somehow you can strain the column to the grids. Anyway, I select this slanted column. As I told you, you got only construction in the slanted column settings. So the first one is base cut style, which controls the direction of the cut at the base of the column. You got perpendicular, horizontal and vertical. This is the perpendicular, as you can see. The base cut style is perpendicular and the degree is 90 degrees. The angle in this way. I select this slanted column again, and here again in base extension I can specify, for example, if the cut style is perpendicular, for example 500, but base offset and base extension are different to each other in a way that base offset modifies the element based on the grid, but base extension extends the element, the length of the element. And if you set a minus value, it goes up, and this is 0. Here if I set the cut style on horizontal, it becomes this way. Again, you can use base extension. If I set it on vertical, check this out. So in this way you can control the cut style. And actually you got the same option for the top part in top cut style, as you can see, horizontal, perpendicular and vertical in this way. And in the part of structural material, you can associate the materials and finishes. For example, metal steel, as you can see, I click on material to open material browser as usual, and then here you can modify the material. But note that if you place these columns in all of the plan, for example vertical, add grids, I drag these parts to set some columns. Right now if I modify one of the columns, the changes will be only applied on that selected column. For example, I search for color in this way, or metal, let me see, I add aluminium, I check used and reappearance, Check this out. It is only applied on this, since the parameter of material is adjusted on instance. So if you want to change all of them, I recommend you to open edit family. Just click on it, and after that here click on family types, and then this part in materials and finishes, as you can see, which is default selected, and then modify it from here. Click on edit and then check type, and then OK, apply and OK, and again load it into your projects. Here I click on no, since I don't want to save them, but you can save them if you want, and then override the existing version. Wait for a second. So right now we don't have the parameter of the materials and finishes, so in edit type right here I can modify the material and then apply it on all of the elements in the plan. I select the aluminium, then I search for iron. Let's see what we got here. I select the red one, this, and then OK. Check this out. The changes are applied on all of the elements.